Here's an $8 million estate plan revealed. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. If you have questions or need help, cmslawfirm.com. If you're not subscribed to this channel and you have money, what are you doing? Subscribe. You're going to learn about estate planning, you're going to learn about trusts, wills, estate taxes, all kinds of fun stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, $8 million estate plan revealed. This is a plan that we created for a client of ours recently. It is very similar to many $8 million estate plans that we would create. What I will say about this plan right now is this is what I would probably consider to be phase one of their estate planning journey. If you have nothing, you don't want to get super complex right from the beginning, because then you end up getting nothing done. And if something happens to you, you're toast. So let's get the foundational stuff done. There's still a lot going on at the foundational level. And then we can go to phase two and whatever else phases that we need to try to make sure that everything goes where you want it to go and that you pay as little or no estate taxes as possible. Okay, so $8 million, I'll set the stage. Married couple, they have adult children that are upstanding citizens. Okay, so no problems with the kids. They really want to have the kids, they are okay with the kids sort of like having access to the assets when they are gone, but they want to make sure that they are doing things that they can to minimize estate taxes. In Washington state, they would have a taxable estate. The estate tax amount this year is $3 million. So anything over $3 million, you would potentially pay estate taxes on. There is no portability. So even though they are married, if they would do nothing, their threshold would be $3 million. When the first spouse dies, they cannot use or give their estate tax exemption if they do nothing. So everything would go to the surviving spouse. And when the surviving spouse died, everything over $3 million would face some estate taxes. I didn't do the math, but on a $5 million, it would probably be easily in the 15% to 18% bracket. So we're talking about $600,000 to $800,000 in taxes. Okay, back the napkin math. I should have done the calculations before I turn the camera on. But I was so excited to talk to you that I just went for it. Okay, so they want to protect against that. In sort of phase one, foundational estate planning in this context is to capture the first spouse's estate tax exemption. This will effectively double their estate tax exemption from $3 million to $6 million and get them a long way to paying no estate taxes at all. Okay. So what we're going to do on a foundational level is we're going to cover them while they are alive. We're going to do that with power of attorney. Power of attorney is who can make financial decisions for you if you cannot make them. Usually spouse first, then a backup. We're going to do medical power of attorney. This is who can make medical decisions for you if you cannot. Same thing. We're going to do spouse first most of the time, and then a backup in case they can't do it. We're going to do healthcare directive. If you are in a vegetative state, do you want to pull the plug or not? Okay. These are the three things we're going to do while you're alive. If you're worried about taxes, if you're worried about your inheritance, and you don't have these things in place, you are putting yourself at extreme risk of having no assets left when you're gone. Put people in charge that you trust that will do a good job so that you don't get taken advantage of. Okay, and you don't have family conflict, period. The other side of estate planning that you're going to cover in this foundational phase is going to be when you die. On that side, we're going to have burial instructions. Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be, planted as a tree or whatever? Or the real thing, by the way, is a real thing. And you're going to have a will. Okay, will is going to do a couple things. Names your executor, who's in charge of administering your estate, and it's going to tell the world where you want everything to go. In this particular case, in this $8 million estate plan case, the will is going to tell everything to go to their trust. Okay, the last thing that we're going to make is a revocable living trust, and we're going to make a special type of revocable trust called a credit shelter trust. The credit shelter trust is designed to shelter the first spouse's estate tax credit. That's why it's called a credit shelter trust. Okay. The revocable trust itself is pretty straightforward. While both spouses are alive, they can change the trust, they can move things in and out of the trust, they can do whatever they want. Okay. But this trust is specially designed so that when the first spouse dies, a separate trust is created that holds the first spouse's estate tax exemption. So in this case, we have Joe and Judy. When Joe dies, a separate decedent's trust for Joe is going to get created, and $3 million is going to get dumped into this trust. Okay. Judy can still use the trust, is basically in charge of the trust, and can do whatever she wants with the trust. But when Judy dies, because this is an irrevocable trust, everything that's in Joe's decedent's trust is not a part of her estate. So we have removed $3 million from Judy's estate and saved a tremendous amount of money. Okay, that is what the credit shelter trust does in a nutshell. Okay, don't really have to worry about much of the other functionality because it's all details, to be honest. Okay, that's all you're going to do. Okay, you're going to create this credit shelter trust. That is phase one. Phase two is going to start in an $8 million case, probably after Joe dies. Okay, and maybe I'll talk to you about phase two in the next video. That's why you should subscribe. So you're going to get a notification when I make my next video, and you'll be able to learn more about this process. Okay, so to summarize, foundational estate plan, or the estate plan that we make for an $8 million estate, is going to have power of attorney, medical power of attorney, healthcare directive, disposition instructions, a will, and a revocable living trust that is designed as a credit shelter trust. We're going to save probably about $400,000 in taxes by doing this, okay, if not more. And that's it. Okay, so this doesn't have to be rocket science. There are some very specific rules that you need to learn when it comes to estate planning. But once you understand those rules, then you can make informed decisions and you can crush life. Make your kids happy, die rich and plentiful, whatever. Okay, that's it for today. I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to work with us, cmslawfirm.com. Otherwise, that's it for today.